On the day after Prime Minister May survived a no-confidence vote in her government as a result of the rejection of her withdrawal bill, the one thing that UK and EU organisations can be certain about today is that the EU withdrawal bill is still an existing Act of Parliament, and that has consequences for all organisations both inside and outside the UK. It means that organisations have to take steps now to ensure that they can deal legally with data coming from the European Union to the UK or vice versa, and that means tackling issues like standard contract clauses, binding corporate rules, representation, and lead supervisory authority status. On exit from the European Union, the GDPR, which in the United Kingdom is called the Data Protection Act 2018, will apply to all data processing activities within the United Kingdom. GDPR, as implemented in each of the remaining 27 member states of the European Union, will apply to all data processing in those countries and will have the extraterritorial provisions already written into GDPR. Clear guidance from the ICO is that organisations dealing with cross-border transfers should be planning now to put in place standard contract clauses or, where appropriate, binding corporate rules. They should be ensuring that there are appropriate representative services in the European Union if you're a UK company, or vice versa if you're an EU company trading into the UK, and you'll need to sort out what your lead supervisory authority arrangements are. You need to do all of that before the 29th of March, and that means you need to be talking to expert GDPR lawyers such as GRCI Law Limited. One thing about which organisations can be as sure as taxes are data breaches. And in any climate of uncertainty, and the Brexit climate is certainly one of both economic and political uncertainty, the opportunity for cyber attack increases dramatically. Cyber attackers are becoming more and more professional. The sophistication of easy to execute attacks becomes greater and greater, and that means organizations have to recognize that they are facing a growing number of attacks which will generate breaches, which will have consequences ranging from GDPR regulatory action, PCI regulatory action, all the way through to class action lawsuits and loss of shareholder value as shareholders sell down shares. Of course, in this environment where class action lawsuits and insurers are increasingly pushing back on cyber claims, the financial consequences of a cyber breach are also very substantial. So in the current climate of Brexit-induced uncertainty, organizations should be taking both strategic and tactical steps to improve cybersecurity at all levels inside the organization to a level commensurate with the very heightened exposure to cyber risk which they currently have. A cyber resilience strategy with defense in depth is now a fundamental part of any organization's sensible approach to operational activity.